Hi, everyone. Yep. Welcome to the second workshop for this week. It's about navigating social media. My name's Chingy. I'll be taking you through today's workshop. And yeah, let's begin. Basically, in today's agenda, we'll be looking at social media tips and tricks, basically on a couple of platforms, and that would be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. And I'll be introducing a number of tools to navigate these social media platforms. And if you have any burning questions that you like answered, do keep them in mind. We have about 15 minutes at the end of the presentation left to tackle those. So a few things to note. Basically, it will be on the safety and security on social media. Basically, the most basic thing you can do before the beginning of any search on social media is to find the settings section. If you can, toggle every single setting options onto the most private that you're most comfortable with. So for example, say like some options to consider switching off would be, say, suggest your account to phone contacts, people who open or send links to you, Facebook friends sync, and the profile view history. I mean, the cons will be that you might be slightly inconvenienced when using certain functionalities, but say if it's for investigation purposes, you should be really using a different account anyway. And yeah, and just also a caveat as well, the tools for navigating social media that I'm introducing today are useful, but they are totally not to be relied upon 100% just because, the tools change all the time, along with the social media platform changes as well. And these are just alternatives to the available native search capabilities within the platform themselves. So let's start with Facebook. There's no way about it. With Facebook, to access its contents, you just have to have an account, and you also have to be logged in to search. And also another thing to remember is posts can be taken down or hidden on the platform themselves. So what this means is that if you search within Facebook and you couldn't find something, it doesn't mean that you couldn't find what you're looking for outside of Facebook. And I'll show you what I mean after this. So I'm going through this a bit quickly, but if you really have any questions, you can ask me afterwards. With Facebook itself, we'll start with the search bar. So with the search bar, say like for posts, you can just pretty much use it as per normal. You just search a term, and then when you kind of want to be more specific, you filter for focus to find out whether, say, like someone close to you, your friend, has posted about it, or and what they have said about it. And then with the search bar as well, but now we're looking at photos. Besides searching text and plain text messages, you can also search for terms and phrases on images. And this has been the case within the past few years. And okay, for example, with this one, I suspect that such a poster existed, that it contains words like Najib and Selamat Datang. So that's the Malay word for welcome. And I just want to know how far it has spread on social media, particularly Facebook. So this is what I do. I put in the terms Najib alongside Selamat Datang, and lo and behold, it turns out that there are many people sharing the same poster. So this is one way to find out, because you can search the exact text on OCR as well. And also with the search bar, particularly with photos and videos, another functionality that will be useful as well would be the ability to reorder posts chronologically to see the most recent ones. And really, this is very useful when you're looking at current events and you want to know the latest stuff posted on those events. And now we move on to searching within pages and groups. Basically, you can click on the search icon and search like you would using the main search bar. And depending on the page itself, it seems that with some pages you can filter by date, while with some others you can search and then reorder by most recently published. This is just, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but it's something likely that the pages themselves have set. So then we move on. Those were all the parts about searching within Facebook for content on Facebook. Now we move on to searching for content on Facebook from outside of Facebook. And we will be using search engines and search operators to help us target our query. So it's the same as the search operators that was mentioned by Owen yesterday. Basically, it is up to you to try out different combinations to search posts in general, or to specify only searching, for example, just on pages or just in groups. And the next bit is now we move on to a particular tool. So at the start, I really quickly, the first slide was about downloading this particular link. It's called the CrowdTangle Link Checker. And this is useful, say, if you want to check whether a website's URL has been shared on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram. So basically what you have to do is once you've downloaded this extension on Chrome, you can just open up the page itself that you want to check and click on the extension, and it will show you like here. Basically, you can tell how far a certain piece of information has spread on social media. And on a side note, a more powerful addition of CrowdTangle would be the CrowdTangle search, which has a reverse image search of Facebook and Instagram posts as well, although it's a bit temperamental at times. But it allows you to also download CSV files. But the thing is, arguably the best part about it is that it also surfaces new pages and groups according to your search terms. So that's allowing you to also know how far a misleading claim has spread. But the thing with this is free, the extension is free, but the CrowdTangle search is something that newsrooms would have to apply to get access to CrowdTangle search. So yeah. So the next tool that we'll look at is who posted what. Basically, as I mentioned earlier, there were certain functionalities on Facebook, Facebook's native search, but after a while, certain functionalities were reduced. And what who posted what helps us with is that it allows us to search by the exact date, or the exact month or year, or the duration itself. So say like if you know something happened in the month of January in the year 2021, you only search for that particular term during that time period. And basically, once you've clicked on it and click on search, and it'll bring you to back to Facebook. And the page that pops up will be the search results for posts. So this bit here. From here, you have to modify further to check out results for photos and videos by replacing the word post in the URL with either photos or videos. So you have to just manually type it in. You have to do this because if you click on photos or videos, say from this section here, it will instead be bringing you to look at results that will be similar to as if you've conducted the search on Facebook's own platform itself. So here's what I mean. Basically, I did a search, and also it helps that it's also the new year. We can really see the differences, given that comparatively there are less posts to sift through, and also because now we can only filter by year when searching in Facebook itself. So within Facebook itself, I did a native search for this particular term, and then I filter by year. So it will be for this year will be 2023. And then using who posted what, I filter for the duration itself. So when I conducted this search, it was the 4th of January. So that's why I limited the duration from January the 1st until January the 4th. And you can see that despite the fact that both searches were done at the same time, the same day itself, I received slightly different results. So what I'm trying to point out here is that it would be good to really have both searches done, so you can really compare and see what's missing or what's added, that sort of thing. So the last bit I wanted to mention about who posted what would be the fact that within Facebook itself, people can pretty much have accounts with similar names. And if you use who posted what, there's this ability for you to find out the unique ID number for any particular account, page, or group. So this eliminates the any chance of you getting anything wrong. So now we move on to pretty much analyzing posts. So say like if you found a post of interest, this is a tool that Owen introduced yesterday, which is the Invit Verify plugin. With the plugin, what you can do is once you've found a certain misleading Facebook post of interest, is that you can use it to, one, reverse image search, and two, to save the video itself. This is a new capability, but the thing with this that you have to remember is that if you use this tool to save the video, you will likely be missing the post original caption. It just doesn't save the misleading claim that comes with, say, the photo or the video itself. And then lastly, you can also reverse image search videos through their keyframes. And I'll show you what I mean next. Basically, for photos, this is a photo I've taken of on a Facebook page. Basically, once you're on the photo, now you have the extension installed, you can just mouse over and click on it, right click, and basically it will come out. There's this option for you to search, as I think Owen mentioned a little bit yesterday, to reverse image search on all different search engines. So you can play around pretty much if either you just want to search on Google Lens, or you can search all. So that's for photos. And also another thing now is if you're using Chrome, you can also pretty much right click and search using Google Lens. Just similarly as well. So pretty much that's pretty useful. And now moving on to videos. So say we're on a video post on Facebook, and we are using Invit again. What we do now is it'll bring you next. Once you use the assistant tool for this page, and it'll bring you then to a new tab, and then now it'll bring you to this particular segment where you can see that if you say click on this link, you right click on this link and open it in a new tab, you'll see that there are 3 dots, and you can click on it, and you'll see that there is an option to download the video. That is if you want a copy of the video on your own device. Another way is if you want to be able to share it or archive it for future purposes. This is the bit where I mentioned that you can actually use Invit to archive, and Invit actually funnels it through to a Wayback Machine to archive it. And this next bit is about keyframes. What I mean when we reverse image search videos through the keyframes is that once it brings you through to this segment, you have to click through to keyframes, which will then lead you on to the next bit. And it will just open up, and then you'll see now it automatically generates different keyframes for you to search. So you can pick any keyframes mainly, but usually the first 2 would be the ones best to pretty much see whether a video has been viral or spread around online. What you do is pretty much mouse over, right click, and choose the options available. So this is an example to round it all up. This is a hoax that has one of the many hoaxes that has been spread on Facebook and even beyond it. I found it actually by searching the particular terms that is that you can find within the text message itself. And I searched it in English, but I went on to see. So besides text itself, I went on to see how many I can find in photos, and a few popped up. And of course, if you want to figure out how long it has been circulating, you can backtrack by searching through the previous years through the filter function. And to add on a little bit more, you can even try searching further in other languages by just translating some keywords or phrases, as you can see in this maroon colored post. Basically the word WhatsApp there is not translated. This is a post in Sinhalese. So in any case, it's just this example here is just to show that it's possible to search for posts even if they are screenshots of WhatsApp chats or like a photo showing the same message through Facebook search or who posted what. So basically, now we move on to Instagram. With Instagram, there are limited options to search, but I'll just run through real quick the type of searches that can be done and still works within the app, so as to that you can hopefully use in your investigations. So basically, things that works would be the usernames, the hashtags, and location. And note that with usernames, you have to have at the front, and with hashtag, this is the icon, and location, this is the icon. This is what it looks like in the browser, and this is the interface on a mobile app, and you can see that through the mobile app you can easily toggle through different tabs to pretty much tell the difference that it's actually talking about place, tags, or audio, or accounts, rather than say in the browser I had to like go through the entire list and figure and see that, okay, this is actually a hashtag, and this is actually a hashtag, and then, or this is actually a location. So that's where we're at with Instagram search. There's not much we can do. There were tools before this to search by location, but those no longer really work. So now we kind of move on to hopefully things that still do. And also remember that you can use search operators to search what the search engines has crawled through of Instagram posts. So similar to the example I gave for Facebook. So with Instagram, the next thing is that, when you do find a picture or video of interest, you should try to save them just in case they're taken down, or somehow the account has been banned or something like that, for example. What you can do with these two websites is that you have to be on the post itself, the Instagram post, copy and paste the URL of the Instagram post into either storysaver.net or igram.io. So it depends on whether you're looking to save videos or pictures. Pretty much the website itself will give you the instructions to download and save the Instagram post. So now we move on to Twitter. Given the many changes are now occurring with the platform, I'll just pretty much highlight what seems to still work. Twitter's own search function is actually rather useful, and if you use it with Boolean searches or advanced searches, you will receive pretty much really spot-on targeted results. So in Twitter's case as well, it's a slightly different platform. So they utilize something called lists. So lists are something that you can make on your own, or you can also copy others, the existing ones, other people's lists, and use them for, say, monitoring purposes, or pretty much to follow certain events and so on. And you do this through TweetDeck. So as I mentioned, Twitter's advanced search is pretty useful and can pretty much also help you build complex search queries, which you can then copy and paste back into TweetDeck if you want. Otherwise, you can also do that straight on TweetDeck. But basically, to look for this particular box here, you just click on the three dots once you're on the twitter.com website, and then you head on, and you'll see from the three dots, you can see that there's the advanced search option, and then this box will pop up. Oh, sorry. Yep. That was a bit malfunction. But anyway, let's continue. So alternatively, if you're familiar with the terms, you can also use these ones that's available on Twitter itself. And say, for example, you want to filter out images of puppies. You can actually just put in on the search bar itself, filter : images, and then puppy. And then only images of puppy would show up. Now, moving on to lists. Basically, as everyone who's a journalist would know, that trying to follow news and information through Twitter is extremely difficult, especially if you have a lot of sources. So lists allows you to monitor large numbers of accounts. Why does it do that? Sorry. Yep. List allows you to monitor large numbers of accounts without following them, and you can categorize them in whatever way that you want. And basically, you can pretty much build up your Twitter list in whatever way that you decide. It can be following certain geographical area, your field of interest, your topics, or major events. So these are the ways in which many people tend to build their list. So when creating lists for the first time, this is one way of doing it. If you don't want to slowly build it one by one, you can also pretty much just copy other people's lists, especially if they are of the same topics that you're looking at. And a simple Google trick allows you to do this. It is this search operator here. Twitter.com site twitter.com star list, and whatever keyword that you want, that means whatever topic that you're looking at. So this particular way of searching also works for Twitter Spaces, and you can use this by replacing the word lists here with spaces, and you add in for example, if you already want to look for spaces that has passed, you add in the word recording, and you will find that there are recorded copies of Twitter Spaces. So yes. Otherwise, another way of copying is pretty much also to use this tool. And here is a QR code as well as the link to it. To use this free tool, you can pretty much copy the entire Twitter list into your own account. But you have to create your list, and then enter the username of the account that has the target list, and you get the drop down of all the public lists, and you choose the one you want, and then you click on copy. So now we move on to the last part for Twitter, which is TweetDeck, how to look at TweetDeck, how to use TweetDeck. Basically, this is what a TweetDeck looks like once it's populated. But if we are starting out, this is the way to start out. Pretty much this box here is at the side. You can choose the option list, and then you start creating a list. This is where you can use your account, the list that you've saved, the list that you've copied, and then add it, and it will become a new column. It'll become pretty much this as you go on and build up your list columns. Then once you have populated with all the lists of interest to you, you can individually set the column showing what you want. You can pretty much do this once you have all the columns that you've set up, pretty much search through using hashtags, keywords, phrases, or even through individual usernames. And you can pretty much also specify what you want to look at, whether it's just images, whether it's just videos. So it's a number of functionalities you can pretty much just use to help you in your reporting. And also, you can also check out engagements as well. So now we move on to TikTok. Within the app itself, there are aspects by which you can focus your searches. So we start with the username. This is the usual format for TikTok on browser. And another thing you notice with TikToks is that a watermark appears on every video, and this watermark is the logo, the TikTok logo itself, and also the username as well. So basically, this is non-deletable. It will always be there, and it will also be, sometimes it will appear like up on top or the bottom of the video, but it just moves around. But basically, what I'm trying to get at is that this is one way to search for some of the videos by the same user, the fact that you can search the username itself. There are some websites claiming to be able to scrub off these watermarks. I haven't tried them myself, but basically, if it's a very viral video, a lot of people don't tend to really take it out. So that's one way to figure out if username has posted a certain video, it's still on its account, that sort of thing. So the next bit is you can also, of course, conduct more searches through search engines to find hopefully different kinds of posts, and also especially if it's regarding the the caption of the post itself. Basically, with this one, what I did is I've used search operators to search within TikTok for this particular text. In Malay, duit undi means money for voting. So I'll see. This is what it looks like. If it's yeah, yeah, this is what it looks like once you've done the search, and oops. Yeah. So that's the bit there for searching for captions. But the most interesting part is hashtags, because with TikTok, the most popular way of pretty much posting and all that is that people always use hashtags with it. So with hashtags, for example, you can either search straight through the website if you're searching through TikTok using a browser, or you can conduct a site operator search limited to tags with the keyword that you're looking for. So say you're looking for the keyword Banjir, the hashtag Banjir, and you use this particular method. The interesting part is that other related hashtags will also appear, and not just hashtag Banjir, for example. Banjir is the word, a Malay word for flood. So yeah, as you can see here, not only Banjir shows up, other related ones such as Banjir in Kuala Lumpur, Banjir di Kedah, it means Banjir in Kedah, also pops up. So this allows you to kind of find other topics you may be missing, for example. But we move on. Crucially, the app is really optimized for mobile phones. And so on mobile, there are a few more functions which are useful, especially if you're following certain events or trends in real time. And thus, you are able on the mobile app itself, you're able to sort by date and also sort by type, in this case, relevancy or most like. Now, the latter is actually much, much more useful, especially for those who have kind of specifically trained their TikTok account by watching just certain kinds of videos, so that algorithm would just match up and only shows you those similar types of videos in the future. Excuse me. Another thing to note is that since TikTok doesn't allow Boolean searches, also another way to kind of go through and search would be to use a combination of the username or the hashtag duet or hashtag stitch to find other hashtags, related hashtags. So with duets on TikTok, duets are actually two videos side by side, and with a stitch, it just means that you'll see a portion of the original video incorporated into a wholly new TikTok video. So that's searching within the app itself. Now we move on to search TikTok using search engines and other social media. So basically, what happens now is that there's a lot of cross platform sharing. So that's why this helps us in the sense that we can also search other websites for TikTok videos, and combine that with keywords. You can actually find the type of content that you may be searching for. So this is one alternative way. So I've put in 3 examples here. Basically, for I've searched on Facebook and Twitter for the link m.tiktok account. It just means that it's TikTok on mobile, and together with the keyword Banjir. And this is what it looks like on Facebook when I do such a search. As you can see, it actually shows a number of videos here. And if you do the same search as well and you click through, you see that these videos are actually all TikTok videos, and you can see the watermark with the TikTok there as well. And I'll share back the original slide. So yeah, basically the next bit is, of course, as with all other social media, if you found any material of interest, it is just best for you to archive them as soon as you can, just before they disappear. And that actually happens a lot, actually, with all of the posts on social media, especially if it becomes viral and whatnot. What you can do with TikTok that you can't do with Facebook and yeah, and Instagram as well, is that you can actually archive TikTok videos with the Wayback Machine, or archive to date, or say. But the next bit here that I want to show is if you want a copy of it. Here are a few methods I found that worked on Chrome. But it also depends on whether I think it depends on the settings of the user, because it works on certain videos but not all videos. But these are a couple of easy ways to kind of save the video for your viewing later. But the first method is basically, once you're on the video itself, you can right click on the video and you can save the video as per normal. And the second method is to open up the video from TikTok, if it's open on a browser, into a new tab itself. And once you see the three dots at the bottom, you use that and there'll be an option to download. And then for the next method is that you can also do a thing where you kind of right click, or if actually no, but this one you kind of toggle to the bottom and you can see that there's something called show all controls. Is the same part. And basically you can click on the three dots to download again. But with the last method, actually it's the fourth method, is a bit more complex. Basically with this one, you just have to right click on the video and go all the way to the bottom for the option to inspect. The word is inspect. And this will pop up instead. And you will see that under elements, you have to look for this specific term, media type. And it will be video SRC equals to. Once you see this, you'll see that it is actually a link. You can open the link in the new tab and you can then download the video. So these are ways to do it without using other websites. And now we move on to YouTube. So YouTube itself, when I was fact checking, I found that the two most useful filters are the upload date filter and the duration filter here. That's because being able to find the upload date is especially useful when you're following a current event, or say when you're also looking for user-generated content. Because you can then also see, if it's a very fresh event, you can also see when it's uploaded. And while duration really just helps you narrow down your search and eliminates the videos which are just re-uploads, or like say compilations of videos of disasters, or for example, or other sort of events or occurrences that will likely be hits of viral videos. So, but pretty much remember that you can also use the usual search operators on search engines to tailor your searches. But say with video, here's a quick tip if you ever wanted to say like view YouTube Shorts as more like a normal video, or you just want to have more control over how you view YouTube Shorts. This is a way to pretty much make it so that YouTube Shorts will appear like any normal YouTube video. You just hover on to the video itself. This is a GIF, so it's showing that pretty much. Let's back here. So you just right click and you just click on copy the video URL and just paste the URL on top, and then the actual normal YouTube video will then appear, and you can pretty much toggle any way you want. You can set it to to play 2 times faster or whatever, and rewind and fast forward. So giving you much more control. And otherwise, really to examine the video's source further, we can now also introduce the next part of using Invid, which is pretty much the the bit where you can use it to analyze the source of a YouTube video, the metadata behind the YouTube video. That's one. And then the second one would be the YouTube metadata website. So this is what it looks like once you've used Invid on a YouTube video. Basically, once you're on a YouTube video, you click on Assistant for the current page, and then it brings you to the video analysis itself. As you can see here, there are quite a number of metrics, such as likes, upload time, which with upload time, you can also convert it to your local time. And then if you scroll a little bit further down, you can also see that the comments themselves and who made those comments, you can actually trace it all the way back. If it helps you trace it back, because there's a link for you to follow the people who've made the comments as well. If it's in a different language, you can also translate it too. The most important thing is that you can also use the thumbnails generated to reverse image search to see whether the video is original or if there's been earlier videos before that. So this is a closer look at the results. This is pretty much say like the upload time itself, and what is the actual upload time according to your region or to your country. This is the comment bit that we're referring to, and here's where you can translate the comment if it happens to not be in your chosen language. And then the last bit here really is the website YouTube metadata, which actually helps you analyze YouTube videos either one by one, so normal, or bulk. And I'll show you what it looks like once it's opened. This is YouTube metadata in normal, and I've already clicked on submit earlier. There's already one just as an example for you to look at. As you can see, you can also have like details on things like when it's published, the channel ID, and pretty much other stats as well. If it has the location tag, you can pretty much see that too, and other things as well. And this is for, and there's also thumbnails too. So it really does help with your research into, just through that one video, you can see the amount of data gleaned from it. And with bulk is the same as well, except with bulk, you get to see the YouTube videos that's already in multiple YouTube videos that's already inside a playlist. So it's these are the tools that you can kind of use to analyze sources of YouTube videos a bit more. And that's pretty much it from me. My name's Ching Yi. Sorry about a couple of the disruptions, but now we're open for Q&A. So if you have any burning questions that you'd like answered now, you can put it in the Q&A section, or otherwise this is my email, and you can also contact me afterwards, and I'll try to answer your questions if you've thought about it afterwards. That's pretty much it. Yep. I've got one question here already. The question is how to archive social media posts by online archiving. So this one would be something that Owen will be tackling, I think, a bit later. But very briefly, you can use a Wayback Machine and Archive Today. Also, I think Wayback Machine is archive.org. And then with Archive Today, the link kind of changes once in a while. But you can actually, if you just type it in and into search, you'll find it. It actually, with Wayback Machine and Archive Today, you can use it on mainly Facebook and TikTok videos, but not so much for Facebook posts or Instagram because it's just something in their backend. When you try to archive Facebook posts and Instagram, it just doesn't work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And there are others as well, but I think I will probably go through it in the coming week. So I'll move on to the next question. Since Facebook has added this feature of choosing your own timestamp, how can one verify things if the date is modified later for a particular post? Since Facebook has added this feature of choosing your own timestamp, how can one verify things if the date is modified later? I don't. I have to get back to you on that, but to my knowledge, I don't really recall that. Yeah, I think I do have to test this out first to be sure. Yeah. Or actually, maybe Owen can take this. Yes, I think Owen's gonna jump in for this one.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good question, and it's one on something that is potentially very awkward. As some of you may know, that Facebook does now allow you to change dates on your posts. Now, it only allows you to change them backwards. So if you post something today, you can't. Or if you posted something last week, you can't go back and change it and say that you posted today. But you can backdate things, which is potentially very awkward because somebody could say, "Oh, look what this person said." Before someone else said it, and so on. I'm not quite sure why Facebook thinks this is a great idea. I assume there's a social side to it or something to help people organize their memories, but it is potentially very awkward for us. And unfortunately, there is no 100% solution on this. As far as I'm aware, I haven't tested this very comprehensively, but as far as I'm aware, there isn't a paper trail left, so you can't say, "Oh, look here, the dates have been changed." Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I will be testing it further. But then we are going back to something that I repeatedly harped on yesterday, which is trying to find corroborating information. And I know that's not ideal, but it is all we have for the moment. That if you are suspicious about the date something was done, you have to try to search around and find more things that will corroborate it. Again, it's something as journalists we're used to not trusting a single source. And I know in the days of social media and constantly updating news and information, very often a single source is all we have. So it will depend on the importance of what you're looking at. But always, where at all possible, where you have doubt, always try to find corroboration.
Thanks, Owen. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's another one. I use Evernote and Notion to clip web pages. Okay. Okay, it's a comment. I use Evernote and Notion to clip web pages, and it helps to archive web page content and also search through archive web pages. Yes, that's another way. I've used that before, but I guess with the Evernote and Notion is just it's I think yeah that's one way of doing it actually. If all else fails, I've done that before as well. There's just some caveats to it, but it's good to always have backups. Yeah, I agree. So there's today is the second session. There will be another session tomorrow, and I'll be talking about searching instant messaging apps. and then there'll be two more the following week, which Owen would present, and it'll be on basically the fourth one will be on. I have it here actually. It'll be on analyzing sources, and the fifth one will be on ethics and security. Yeah. So next week it will be on January the 17th and January the 18th at the same time from 2 to 3 p.m. Singapore time. And I see now that if there's no more questions, or if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask but you thought about it later, you can also send it through to my email, which is this one here. So I think possibly I could wait until 3 to... okay. It's been a while that we aren't able to archive. This is a question. It's been a while that we have not been able to archive Facebook and Instagram posts. Is there a hack? Not a hack per se, but it's yes and no, because I was previously with AFP, and when we couldn't use Wayback Machine and Archive Today, we use Perma. The link is perma.cc, so perma.cc, and you have to have an account with it to archive. And if it's just the usual free account, I think it's the limit is 10 different posts that you can archive. So that works. But even then, for Facebook and Instagram, there's like a whole list of it's a process to actually save any particular video or photo. And it depends as well if you're saving video or photo. You have to go on to like developer tools and the settings and whatnot. I can actually, if you email me, I can guide you through it if you want to try out perma.cc. And with perma.cc, it works the same as the other websites that I mentioned. At least you get the times, the sort of detail that you would want when you save and archive a post. So Owens commented that probably due to changes made by FB to the yeah, that's true. Yeah. Basically, what's happening is that the creators of the archiving tools are not catching up. When you are not able to archive anything, it's really because Facebook, the platform itself, has made too many changes, and then sometimes the archiving websites couldn't match up to those changes. So that's why when you try to save posts, it just doesn't appear as it should, like it is on Facebook or WhatsApp. Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, that's definitely something out of our control. So there's about 8 minutes left, I think. Yep. But I think if there's nothing else, thank you so much for your questions. Stay tuned for another session tomorrow at the same time. Yep. Terima kasih.